present.
Present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, and we received a request for excuse absences from council members Santana and Moore. Please grant those. Oh, thank you. All right, Director, come on up. All right, let's start with 326-2025 by council members McCormick and Griffin by departmental request. An emergency ordinance authorizing the Director of Port Control to enter into one or more requirement contracts without competitive bidding with ADB Safegate Americas LLC for the purchase of equipment, parts, labor, and required services needed to maintain operational compliance of the airfield lighting control systems, including replacement of parts and software for the Division of Airports, Department of Port Control for a period of not to exceed 2 years with two one-year options to renew, exercisable by the Director. Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. This item today will be presented by Dennis Kramer, the Assistant Director of Airport Development.
Assistant Director.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, thank you. This particular piece, looking to enter into a contract with ADB Safegate. We currently have an existing contract with them for this system. It is a proprietary system out on the airfield for the airfield lighting system. It is controls, it's the lighting, it's various things to help us maintain our regulatory compliance with our FAA Part 139 requirements for all of the airfield lighting out on the airfield. Like I said, we have this service existing with ADB. We'd like to continue that relationship with them. And as I mentioned, it is a proprietary service and looking to move forward with a direct award contract to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and this is lighting on the airfield itself. Does it include any other lighting on the campus, or this is just airfield?
This is strictly airfield.
Okay, and as you noted, you are happy with the contract. They have fully fulfilled the contract, met your needs, wants, desires, dreams, all of that.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. And I'm just going to take a point of personal privilege, and I don't know, as the chair, if Councilman Slife is aware of this, but there's a bunch of lights out around the airport. That might be CPP or First Energy, I don't know who it is. But like, what is that, 237 on the freeway? Is that ODOT? Do we know?
It's multiple jurisdictions.
Okay.
So we can take a look at that.
Okay.
And contact those respective parties.
It's just as you
Make them
exit and
aware.
enter the airport. It's not on property. It's
Right.
just around it. But I don't know if we have a relationship with those folks to reach out to them.
We certainly can do that.
Okay. Okay. 326, lighting for the airport. What questions do I have? Hearing none, 326-2025 stands approved. Please sign. Ordinance 379-2025 by council members McCormick and Griffin by departmental request. An emergency ordinance authorizing the purchase and or rental by one or more requirement contracts of machines, equipment, supplies, and parts needed to repair, replace, refurbish, maintain, upfit, and enhance vehicles, equipment, and machines, including labor, materials, installation, training, inspections, and related services for the various divisions of the Department of Port Control for a period of 1 year with 3 one-year options to renew, exercisable by the Director of Port Control. Sometimes I feel like the law department gets paid by the word on these. Director, 379. Sorry about that. No shade. Care to comment, Assistant Law Director? Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Get it all in, right? So good morning. Yes, Port Control is seeking legislative approval to purchase auto parts, machines, equipment, and supplies to support the repairs and maintenance of the existing vehicles and equipment of our fleet at both airports. And our current fleet of vehicles and equipment is comprised of multiple manufacturers, which requires manufacturer-specific parts. So that's really the purpose for this item, and we request your approval support. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a $350,000 annual estimate here. All right.
Budget that annually.
That's right. Do we know, do you hit that budget, go over it, under it, roughly?
So let's see, I don't know if I have that right now, but I would say it's an average, and so we feel that
Okay.
that's a safe space for us to budget for this particular need for these services.
What questions do I have on authorizing the airport to maintain its vehicles? Hearing none, ordinance 379-2025 stands approved. Please sign. Maintaining vehicles is good.
Agreed.
Ordinance number 385-2025 By Councilmembers McCormick and Griffin by departmental request, emergency ordinance authorizing the Director of Port Control to enter into various written standard and requirement contracts for the purchase, lease, or lease with options of purchase of various on-road vehicles, apparatus and off-road equipments, cabs, bodies, and accessories, equipment, and other aftermarket items necessary to equip the vehicles authorized for their intended purposes, including vehicle rehabilitation, training, and inspections as needed by the Department of Port Control for a period of 1 year, with a 1-year option to renew, exercisable by the Director. 385.
Yes, so this is a part of our vehicle replacement program. We're seeking legislative approval to purchase, lease, and lease to purchase vehicles and equipment for our needs and operation at both airports that will allow multiple contracts to aid in purchasing multiple types and classifications of vehicles and equipment for the airport. These contracts will provide Port Control more efficient methods for fleet management, and that's something that we are seeking to do to improve upon in providing better vehicles, more reliable vehicles, and obviously the previous item was to support the existing fleet of vehicles, so they're somewhat related. But we do ask for your approval of our ability to proceed with the ability to purchase vehicles for our operational needs at both airports.
Thank you, sir. $500,000 a year is the estimated contract here. Director, what kind of, just in layman's terms for the viewing public, are we talking about pickup trucks? Are we talking about fire trucks? Like, what are we talking about?
So could be anything under that umbrella. So it really would range any types of vehicles that we may have a need for. Could be, Bobcat type vehicles out on the field, could be for support of our aircraft rescue firefighting fleet, could be for just vehicles for airport airfield inspections. So it really would run the gamut for based upon our needs on an annual basis.
And you all, on an annual basis, take a look at everything that you need, create a plan, a list, et
Correct.
cetera, and then
We do have a plan looking out for the next 5 years.
Great.
Of what we anticipate our needs to be.
And this $500,000 is sufficient for that plan? You're confident?
We believe it is.
Okay.
Yes.
What questions do I have on the airport purchasing vehicles for their daily operation? Hearing none, ordinance 385, 2025 stands approved. Please sign. Any miscellaneous for the director? All right. Oh, director, you've got miscellaneous. All right, sir, let's go.
I'll keep it, I think, within the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yes, first of all, I want to thank you for your support last summer when I came before you and the full council eventually for a plan to essentially rebuild the senior management team within Port Control. So I'm in the process of doing that right now. We have filled 2 of the 4 positions within Port Control, and I thought that today we would bring those 2 new members of the team to meet you.
Come on up.
Today.
All right, we got 2 mics here, so sit here, press the button until they turn green.
So first is Scott Carr. Scott is the Assistant Director of Commercial Business and Revenue. So he joined us a couple of months ago now.
Okay.
He comes by way of Atlanta and several other airports. He and I have sort of traveled in the same circles, if you will, for a number of years. So he comes highly regarded, has a very strong reputation in the industry, and happy to have him on board. And the newest member of the team is Megan O'Connell. She is in week 3. Is that right? So she's Assistant Director of Marketing, Communications, and Guest Experience, and comes to us from Philadelphia International Airport. And has hit the ground running, as both of them have. Frankly, we have a lot going on, as you may know. So I'm just very excited to be at this point, the halfway point of rebuilding the senior management team, and also want to say thank you to Dennis and Christine, who's not here today, because they've taken on a lot of additional duties in the interim. And without that, I think it would have been much more difficult on all of us from day to day. So. If each of you would like to say a couple of words, please feel free.
And press the button until you see a green light. Yep, there you go.
Hear me? Good?
Yeah, good morning, welcome.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. This is an awesome experience, and I'm glad to be in Cleveland. And as the director mentioned, I'm ready to hit the ground running and really make an impact for marketing, communications, and guest experience.
Wonderful, thank you.
And good morning also. Great to be here, and it's a pleasure to meet you all. Look forward to working with you. Originally from Northeast Ohio, so I'm glad to be back home.
Wonderful. Welcome home. Well, as I've said to the director, it's exciting, and from my perspective, it's a great time to work for the Cleveland Airport. You're going through a really exciting plan with the director's leadership and the TMDP. A lot going on here in the busiest airport in Ohio. So to me, it's an exciting time to be a part of the airport team. So welcome, and I know the committee looks forward to working with you. So any questions or comments from the committee? It's a quiet group today. So it's not always like this. I promise you it is not always like this. So, okay, Director, anything else on your end before we break?
That is all from this side of the table today. Thank you all for your support.
Alrighty, thank you.
As always.
Madam Clerk, this Committee of Transportation and Mobility of Cleveland City Council is adjourned.
lead paint